How's it going, Blasters? We're going to bring you specifications you can relate to so you can have an educated decision on your purchases. This one is actually now one from NOC Knives, so NOC Knives. So why do I have the case here? Because it's kind of cool. I've seen it before, but still it's a nice touch for the case. So I would assume the designer is Nick One. So I would assume this is Nick One Company Knives. Let me know in the comments down below as far as what you think or what you know about that name. So this is the MT0403. This is actually the chef. So I heard it looked a little bit like the Young Ma's knife. So let me know as far as what you think about that. As far as this knife here, this is one that's really, it's a nice little knife here. So going into it, so hand sizing, we'll look at that first off as far as what that's going to look like for you. So that is going to be in that upward position as you saw. So it's kind of holding the knife to see how that's going to fit for your hand. And also that's in the description down below. So you can actually click on that, print it out, and then have it available for yourself. So 4.1 ounces for this knife here. And then, so that's almost to that ounce per inch type of standardization that some people go by. So this one, as far as the current pricing goes, it's currently sold out. So if you find it somewhere else, you might be able to get it picked up. Also, they do have a one with 440C that's available through some sites currently. Hopefully they'll be coming back into stock. So we got this directly from NOC Knives. So thank you very much to them providing it to the Pasture group. So it goes for about 180 for this model here. And then this is one that is a decent one as far as opening goes. So you have it's pretty intuitive as far as how it works. The actual deployment is probably a little bit under a pound as far as the actual deployment weight. So it makes it very easy to flip open for the knife itself. There's a lot of opening methods too. So you're going to have basically the thumb, you're going to have middle finger, you're going to have the pinch and roll. So you basically pinch it, roll it out. You're also going to have inertia. So if you hold it by the tail of it, you can flip it out. I call it inertia, not gravity, because it's not going anywhere with gravity. It's just creating more than 1 pound of basically pull through inertia. So basically gravity would be just putting it upside down, and then it's not going anywhere for gravity. So that's my interpretation on that. Traditional as well, you can do a two-hand opening because you have quite a bit of the blade sticking out. So a lot of different fidget factors for this one, a lot of different ways to open it up. 3.8 inches for the blade, so kind of that Warncliffe type of blade here. And then also it's a high flat. So there's a flat grind for the actual sharpening edge. So behind edge thickness for it, near the belly here, is going to be about 5 sheets of paper. So get basically the sheets out of your printer. That's 5 sheets. It's going to be right behind it, about 20 thousandths behind the edge. And then the actual ramp. So one thing that's also a measurement that you're going to find here on this channel is basically the difference between basically the release and when it actually gets on to the blade. So that's actually going to be about 32 degrees, which isn't great. 20 is really good. 30 is better or still good. And then 40 is kind of where that's a little far as far as getting onto the blade itself. So 32 is getting up there for that. It still gets on. You can still use it pretty well, but that's my preference as far as it goes. So I'd prefer about 20 to 30 degrees. 3.2 millimeters for the blade stock. That's measured at the top end. So it does have a little quick ramp down right here. So it actually does bring it down almost immediately because this grind actually goes all the way through. So that's going to be that one there. Only one type of carry for it. That's going to be right hand tip up. So that's going to be there. So no left hand carry for that. Seems like a lot of folks that are left-handed kind of adapted to this style. Still would be nice to put in some holes on there so you can actually move it over if you want to carry it the other way. But that's just how that is. So this one actually has, so out of the pocket, so actually pulling the knife out of your pocket, it takes about 1 pound, 4.1 ounces. So not bad for that. So 1 to 2 pounds, decent. I've experienced some that had like 5 pounds to pull it out of your pocket, which is way too much. You're going to be basically yanking your pens up whenever you try to actually take it out of your pen. So not great, but this one's actually a good one. So M390 for the blade steel. That's going to be about corrosion resistant side, about 80th percentile, and then edge retention, about 83 percentile as far as compared to some of the super steels out there. This one is basically the sharpness for it came in at 240, so new high-end cutlery. That's kind of the going rate for a lot of the new knives. When they come in to you, they're pretty much into that new high-end cutlery range for it. This one was sharpened basically for the secondary bevel is going to be about 20.5 as far as the degree. So this is a 41 degrees inclusive. Both sides of that, each side is about 20.5 for this one. So going on to my opinions on it. So all that before was basically the facts of the knives, some of the measurements, and some of the things that you might not find on other channels. So if you feel that that's important to you, kindly subscribe to the channel so I know that I'm heading in the right direction as well. So this one is a difficult one for me because I don't want to let it go. This is part of the pass around group. I don't want to actually have it go on to the next person. I'd rather just keep it in my collection. So that's something that I'll probably have to talk to the person who ends up with it as far as maybe getting it back from him. But we'll see when it gets to that point. So comparison-wise, you can look at basically a full-size Griptilian, and then a rat number 2. So those are the sizing differences between the two of those. So buy bar or avoid, if you didn't know from the previous statement for it, I would recommend buying this one if you come across it. I did see one of the modified ones where somebody went and actually really cut out the lock bar. That's not necessary for it. Just put your finger down there and then it'll be able to open that for you. But this one is a recommendation to buy if you would like it. That's my opinion. I'm on to that point where it's kind of on a list where I'd like to pick it up. So that's where I would go for this one here. So NOC Knives, first one that I've experienced from them. I believe they're a subsidiary of another company. So again, let me know in the comments down below as far as which one you know that they're from. And thank you very much for your time. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, and thank you very much.